I had been in Saudi Arabia for 6 months, and I was looking across the street from my apartment. There was a mosque, and I saw people going in, I saw people coming out. I saw children playing football in front of the mosque. I saw it, to me it looked like a normal American church. And I wanted to be with those people. I wanted to go inside and see what was going on.
Were you there as an employee?
I was working, I was living in the office as an employee, but every night I was alone. I would go on the balcony and I would look. I would watch those Muslims across the street.
And how was how did your friends, your non-Muslim friends, perceive the fact that you're going to Saudi Arabia, a Muslim country?
Oh, I was warned. I was told, don't go to Saudi Arabia. I said, why? Friends in the U.S. military, they told me, they said, someone's going to cut your throat, or you're going to be kidnapped. So when I came, I was quite scared.
They frightened you.
Yeah, they frightened me.
Comments.
But when I came, I got hungry. I had to go to the supermarket. I told my sponsor, can the driver take me to the supermarket? He says, there is no driver today. I said, what am I going to do? I need to eat. He said, you need to walk. It's right. He took me to the window. It's right there.
Okay, just around the corner.
Yeah. So I walked, and I'm looking. Nobody said anything negative to me. I've been in Saudi Arabia now for over 5 years. It's been the most wonderful experience of my life. I have been all over the world. I've lived and worked Taiwan, Russia, different places.
Yeah.
But I've never been to a country that was welcoming to me as an American and now as a Muslim as Saudi Arabia.
Alhamdulillah. So we see that a series of events happened. First off, your friends were like, don't go to that country. They'll slit your throat and they'll kill you and harm you. You ignored them and went to the country, but then you were kind of scared. You held back from walking out in public and all that. But when you were put on the spot and you had to walk out in public and go to the supermarket, you felt that that was a sign from Allah. Like, don't be scared, right? There's a lot of peace going on here.
Doesn't matter. I was better treated. I found out it's safer to be in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, than to be in some parts of Washington, D.C. I think the greatest experience, I told my sponsor, Dr. Safi Kaskas, a wonderful man, I told him I would like to go to a mosque, but I think he was a little reluctant to introduce me to a mosque because he was afraid maybe you're an American Christian, you're going to cause a problem for me. So I finally gave up and I just went and knocked on the door of a mosque in my neighborhood. And Shafiq Zubir, the caller to prayer, Muadin, he came to the door. He said, yes, what do you want? I said, my name is Sam. I'm a Christian from the United States. Is it okay if I come inside?
So you sought permission to enter the mosque?
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't know if it would be okay. So Shafiq hugged me.
Yeah.
And he said, of course, come in. So I sat in the back of the mosque and I just watched people praying for 2 or 3 days. I saw how it's going and I said to Shafiq, can you teach me how to pray like a Muslim? And he taught me Surah 1 and I began to understand from that one surah what Islam was all about.
Amazing. So you entered the mosque and watched the Muslims enter and pray the 5 daily prayers?
Yes.
And you would just sit in the back. What was the reaction of the Muslims? Would they look at you in a weird way?
This guy who is he? What's he doing here? It's okay.
So the 3rd day, after seeing about 15 prayers, you then decided to convert to Islam?
Well, I didn't know still. But I said, can you teach me to pray? And Shafiq taught me to pray. He taught me Surah 1. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim, Malik, Yawmiddin. And when I began to understand what these words meant in English, my heart was transformed. And I also, Dr. Sadiq Malki, who was a professor at King Abdulaziz University, he gave me a ride one day to the Islamic Education Foundation, and Hifz introduced me to the Al-Shahada, and I said Al-Shahada.
And you did your testimony of faith and came to Islam?
Yes.
Alhamdulillah.